Welcome to the Leaders in Payments podcast, where we talk to C-level leaders from across the payments landscape. We'll be discussing the products and services that impact the payment space today, as well as trends and predictions for the future of payments. We will also hear stories from our guests about their journeys to the top.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Leaders in Payments podcast. I'm your host, Greg Myers. Today, we're talking about WSAA 2026, taking place September 15th through 17th in Palm Springs, California. The event brings together professionals from across the acquiring, merchant services, and payments ecosystem for education, networking, and business development. Joining me today is Amanda Beam, Vice President, Partner Relations at Exectras, who also serves on the WSAA Board of Directors. Amanda, thank you so much for being here, and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Greg. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So before we get into this year's event, tell us a little bit about your role there at WSAA and why you decided to become involved in the organization.
Absolutely. A little bit about my role here at WSAA. I have been a member of the board since about 2021, and I'm currently serving in a director role. I've always been a huge advocate of public service, building community, and really making a positive impact anywhere I can. So these are definitely some of the things that really fill my cup, and WSAA really provides the platform for me to give back to the payments industry that I feel so passionate about. So in my role at WSAA, I have the opportunity to lead the registration working group, which includes the online registration process, the on-site registration experience, and the mobile app. I'm not going to lie, definitely not going to sugarcoat it. It is a lot of hard work behind the scenes, but I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to work alongside some of the greatest leaders in the payments industry. It's absolutely incredible.
Okay. Well, what can attendees expect from WSAA 2026? Are there any changes, additions, or particular areas of emphasis this year?
Absolutely. At WSAA, one of the things that we really pride ourselves is we're continuously building on the traditional in-person networking opportunities. So this year, we're putting a heavy focus on expanding our educational content, the technology exposure that everybody in the industry is working with one way or another, and really opening up those opportunities for people to just come together and collaborate. In 2026, one of the great things that you can look forward to as an attendee is we're offering 3 full days of networking opportunities, a 2 full day conference opportunity with the expanded agenda with some of the big topics in the industry right now, hearing from the card brands. And in addition to that, 8.5 hours of focused exhibitor time on the showroom floor. So I definitely encourage folks to check our website for the latest version of the agenda that has greater detail in the session topics, and that is, dripping soon and will be available. I really think that, for those reasons and more, WSAA is definitely one of the premier gathering spaces that we have available to us as payment professionals.
Okay, totally agree with that. So you mentioned networking. That's always been a huge part, one of the major reasons people attend WSAA. So what makes the networking environment at this event so effective?
It's kind of interesting. It's always the cliche answer, right? What makes the networking events at WSAA so special and effective is the people, right? So the platform that WSAA offers is really kind of bringing together all those major players in the payments industry. We're bringing together the leaders, innovators, the decision makers, all in one place that gives them the space to have real conversations and build those meaningful connections. And to be honest with you, at WSAA, it doesn't stop at the showroom floor. So, from networking receptions, after parties, golf tournaments, WSAA focuses and strives to create plenty of networking opportunities for attendees to come together, connect, exchange ideas, and really form those partnerships that continue long after the event ends.
One of the other major parts that you mentioned already was education, and obviously that's a very important part of the event. So what are some of the major issues or industry conversations you expect the agenda to address this year?
Yeah, education is definitely one of those driving forces behind our conference. And this year's agenda is definitely going to tackle many of the key trends and challenges that are shaping the future of our payments industry. Attendees can expect the general educational sessions to be running on both days of the conferences, covering topics like emerging technologies, business growth strategies, and of course, the evolving needs of the merchants and consumers. With the card brands also taking the stage, they will share some really important updates and insights for what's ahead of our industry. The goal here at WSAA is really to give our attendees practical and actionable takeaways that they can apply immediately while creating a forum for these important conversations, to be had about the future of our industry and how we really come together to make sure your business can stay competitive and ahead in this rapidly changing market.
Well, as a board member and obviously someone who's experienced the event firsthand, what are you personally looking forward to the most at WSAA 2026?
Yeah, I will tell you hands down, as a board member, what I'm looking forward to the most is really seeing all of our hard work behind the scenes come together. I love just bringing together the people in the industry. WSAA has always been more than just great content. It's really about the conversations, the relationships, and the connections that happen throughout the event. Whether it's at an educational series or session or on the exhibit floor, the networking, the golf courses, all of the things that we put together, that's what I really look forward to, is seeing it all come together and look seamless on the outside, right? But I definitely want everybody to know that serving on the board is absolutely a labor of love, and we do it for the people in our payments community.
So kind of last question as we kind of wrap up. So for someone listening who's considering attending but hasn't registered yet, what would you tell them? Why should they join you in Palm Springs this September?
Listen, if you are considering attending WSAA, my advice is simple. Don't be the person hearing about the great conversations, partnerships, and insights after the fact, flooding your LinkedIn feed. The payments industry moves fast. And at WSAA, this is where many of the people and companies come together to shape the future together, from major credit card brands to industry leaders and everybody across the ecosystem. So beyond the educational and networking, honestly, FOMO is real, right? So there is a real fear of missing out. The connections made here at WSAA, in the hallways, receptions, golf course, wherever it might be, turn into real business opportunities, partnerships, and lasting relationships. So my advice is, if you want to stay informed, grow your network, and be a part of the conversation that everybody else will be having, make sure you are at Palm Springs for WSAA 2026.
And Palm Springs isn't a bad place to be either.
Definitely a perk.
All right. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for joining me and giving us a preview of WSAA 2026. I really appreciate your time today and sharing all of your, obviously, behind-the-scenes knowledge and expertise in this area. So thank you so much for being on the show.
It's my pleasure.
And once again, WSAA 2026 will take place September 15th through the 17th in Palm Springs, California. So to learn more or to register, visit westernstatesacquirers.org. So thank you, everyone, for listening. I appreciate it, and I hope to see you all in Palm Springs.
Thank you for joining us this week on the Leaders in Payments podcast. Make sure you visit our website at leadersinpayments.com, where you can subscribe to the show and where you'll find our show notes. If you enjoyed listening, please share on your social channels as well.